All right, welcome back to Morning Live. Right now in studio, I'm joined by Nyambura Muridi, and of course, Onesmus Kamande, who will now be telling us what Harambee Stars went through. Of course, they were beaten 1-0 by Ghana, but they've qualified for the African Cup of Nations. And to our all big surprise, there is African community this time around. Wow, that was a surprise. Tanzania in the mix, Burundi in the mix, Uganda in the mix, and of course, Kenya in the mix. What a representation. Karibuni sana. Now, I'll start with you. I will still insist ladies first. I know she doesn't like that thing.
Okay.
Ladies first now. What happened in Ghana stays in Ghana. Of course, our away record, it was good. Actually, it was good.
Yeah.
Only the Ghana kind of messed up with it. But are you happy with how Harambee Stars played?
I will say I'm happy. I'm very happy with the team.
Okay.
And for the first time in a very long time, we are very confident about Harambee Stars, and we were discussing with him just a few minutes ago that at least for once we can be confident that Harambee Stars can do something. When you look at the defense department, Joash, Musa, they were so, as in their partnership was so good, and Kenya will give other teams run for their money, and we just hope that we will not be put in a pool that will scare us, especially the likes of Senegal, the likes of Nigeria. But we're really hopeful, and we are calling out to every Kenyan. Let's just not criticize the players. Let's give credit where it's due, and let's support them. I'm very confident this time round. However much people are saying about Matasi, the goalkeeping era, he's kept 3 clean sheets. So he's still good. He's still our #1.
I know sports fans are very emotional, but now, despite the loss, we are going to the African Cup of Nations. East Africa countries, Burundi, Uganda, Tanzania, have all qualified, plus Kenya, of course. Now, does it show that Sekafa is really doing well?
Actually, Sekafa is doing nothing. It's just down, it was down to how the teams wanted it more. I think most of the teams in the East Africa community, for the first time, they haven't had too many blunders in terms of preparations. Because for the first time, Kenya and TZ players haven't gone on strike. There have not been complaints about the salaries. But basically, it's an improvement generation-wise. Because for TZ, it's now 39 years down the line. They hadn't qualified. Kenya, I think now it's 15 years.
15 years.
And for Uganda, at least we can say they have been doing their homework well. They have been qualifying. This is the 2nd time in a row. And the only bad bit is that Kenya and Tanzania, Taifa Stars, will find themselves in pot D or C. Only Uganda will find themselves in pot B of the draw, when the draw is finally done. So it means there is a possibility that East African communities might find themselves in the same pool. And that will be interesting, because it means in 6 pools, if you have 2 African teams, East African teams in the same pool, it means the chances for one of them progressing increases. Because if you look at Kenya, no team in the African continent would want to face them, because they have shown that the structure is there. They play in a very compact shape. I felt that the Kenyan team was very compact, gave Ghanaians all they could, and it happens. At times you defend for too long, then in the 80th minute the mental goes. At times fatigue starts coming in, and it's allowed. It's a good lesson. And you just hope that the same organization goes, and the camp in France will really come at the right time, and they should take the all advantage of it.
Wow, nice. Do you think maybe Uganda were kind of soft to Tanzania now, like they wanted? You know the talk, Like, na maneighbors wetu, wache tukuwa pole kidogo. Because I know Uganda, if Uganda wants to beat you, they'll beat you. Best keeper in Africa, Dennis Onyango, was just not even in his element. But do you think maybe there was some sort of neighbors? Let's go.
I think there are talks around that game. And if you look deeply into it, you might tend to agree with what people are saying.
Complacency, also so many things.
Because even when the penalty was called for the handball, yes, it was a penalty, but naturally you'll see players contesting the penalty.
Yeah.
There was no such thing. As in, it was easy.
Yeah.
As in, okay, just take the penalty.
Yeah.
And then when you were tunasema, Dennis went alinda shopping.
So
it was easy to more shopping. So as in, it looked so easy for Tanzania, but I can't really say that they are not good.
I wish we made.
I really loved how Tanzania attacked. And in any game, if the best way of defending is attacking,
sure.
So they played well. I can't really say that they were given for free. They played well. Their lead striker was good, but I'd really have, to some point, I'll have to agree kidogo too with the notion people are saying.
Yeah, because even before the match, Commander, what's your opinion? Because now even before that match, there were talks around that, Kenya has qualified, Burundi has qualified. Now, these two guys are meeting on a Sunday.
Yeah.
You know, so that meant they're aware that Kenya and Burundi have actually qualified. Now, we need to do something. Do you think, you have this experience, my brother, do you think there was some talk behind the car? Not much fixing. Just, hey guys, be soft on us.
I tend to disagree with that because from the onset of that match, you felt that Uganda were there just to finish the group matches. They didn't need to do anything. And you also have to give it up to the Tanzanian fans. The stadium was filled.
60K
they were behind the team. Even the first 15 minutes, when the team wasn't playing too well, they were nerves. They really were behind the team. And when they scored the first goal, and you have to give it to Amunike. Msuva has not been in that team for quite a while, same as Boko. And he managed to bring them back into the team. And they produced something wonderful. Samantha showed why he's at Genk. And Ulimwengu was playing really well.
You said Samantha?
Yeah.
Samantha.
I was wondering now, who is Samantha and Nani?
And they played really well. And you just feel that if they go with the same performance to the AFCON, they'll scare most teams. But at home, that's how they are played through the qualifiers. Away from home, you didn't want to see that.
You know, because they've been going to Egypt, they've been beaten 5-0. So many things anyway. So
actually, some people are saying, I saw a Facebook tweet saying that like Samata is wanted by Zidane, so
at Real Madrid, but he's good.
He's
so good. Buona Samata is so good.
You don't get to Genk without being good.
Without being good.
So if they have a player playing in the Real Madrid, they'll be
absolutely.
As in, it will be good because they support football so much. The Tanzanians. Their turnout is amazing.
They're passionate. They're passionate. Yes. Was it free entry?
No.
Yeah, that's now the comparison.
That's in 2 weeks.
In 2 weeks,
these guys have managed to fill the stadium to capacity, and tickets have had to be increased in terms of the prices.
In Kenya,
Imagine Stars are playing on Wednesday.
Wow.
Just wait and see.
Okay. All right. Wait. Now, qualification, we've done it. All right. Kudos to FKF, Nick Mwendo and team. Good job you've done. But there's an aspect of now preparedness. Betin came in, pumped millions of shillings. We're traveling to France. But now, coming back, a guy is now maybe troubled with who are they going to be placed with. Now you've mentioned Senegal, you've mentioned Egypt, you've mentioned these crazy teams. Of course, Ivory Coast. Did they qualify?
They
qualify. Ivory Coast.
3-0 to
goodness. Now, of course, Congo are in, Namibia in. So do you think now we also have a chance to now even kind of cause some disruption?
Yes, this is a very good chance for us to gauge ourselves with these big teams. People these countries have experience even playing in the World Cup, so we get a chance to play against them. Then again, I have to say I have faith in Sebastian Minye. He has done wonders to the team. And maybe some will disagree with him because maybe of the choices of the players he's been playing. But we've seen the fruits.
Absolutely.
The only thing I can say that he will need to improve, or maybe that is just my opinion, is that I wish we do a more attacking game. I know he's trying to build the midfield because I've seen him playing 4-5-1. So I'd really love to see a 4-4-2 formation, like two strikers in front. So they played Masud Juma just a lone striker. I really wish we had 2 strikers so that they can create more chances.
Another angle also, Masud Juma, who was a bit clubless for quite some time, also the fact that now fitness levels, tactically, no problem, but you see fitness also very important. Yes, he got a club after kind of a difficult time, but when you put your lone striker in front, Bwana Kamande, do you think it's wise for the coach to trust him and give him this responsibility?
You have to give it to the management of the team, because he didn't play bad. He vindicated his selection. That we have to say, because there was that chance he got in the first half, a very bad angle, but he got his shot on target. He really pressed. He was full of hard work throughout the minutes he played, and that's a good thing. But that said, we lack good quality strikers in this country. I think Adela Mruj pointed it some time back that Africa as a whole has 5 or 7 good quality strikers, and that's a fact. Out and out strikers are not too many. So when you get someone who gives you 20-22 goals in a season, then definitely you have to go with them. For Mutamba, you have to feel the only reason he's selected is he was just rewarded for loyalty, because when Minye was signed, there was this tournament in India. Most of the players and the clubs didn't want to take their players, and Mutamba went to the team. So did Dennis Odhiambo, and that's why the coach has really stuck with them, which is not wrong, because you want to work
such
with
players who are willing to work
with people who want to work with you first. And it happens all over the world. It's not a case that is new. Look at Giroud playing instead of Lacazette. At the moment, Lacazette is better than Giroud, but the coach has kept the faith in Giroud, because he's a player, he understands how he works, and the player understands the way the coach works. But maybe the other strikers should now start playing to Minye's mind. You have about 2 months, 2 good months, because the KPL will be coming to an end towards when AFCON is starting. So all the strikers in this country should start scoring goals. Because you're striker ni mabao. As simple as that.
He has to really get people who can create chances, push the ball forward, because there's no reason why you should have so many midfielders, like 5 of them, and we do not have one that is very creative who can push the ball forward for even that lone striker to score, or we don't have a good finisher. And I think he left out JC Were.
Yeah, that topic, man. That topic we still have to revisit.
I really don't understand, because he's been so brilliant even in his club.
King of tapping.
Apart from that, 23 games for appearances for the national team, 0 goals.
But you can't really focus on that, because
you have to.
Because he's done so well in his club. Let's just give him a chance. As in, why don't we play, like I said, play like 2 strikers in front?
But normally
just
they play a 4-3-3. And the 3 are Kahata and Mapake, Eric Joanna. And in the middle has always been Olunga. And to be honest, Minye has coached this team for how many games in the qualifiers? 3 games, In the 3 games, he has scored 3 goals and conceded only 1. So it's a working strategy. And if you look at the opponents, they have been... Ethiopia have always beaten Kenya, but for the first time we went out there. They had not dropped any points at home before we played them. They dropped the first 2 points because we drew 0-0. A game that again we should have won, because I felt Eric Joan in the first half had a very good chance that he rushed and didn't score. We played defensively, got a clean sheet. Came to Nairobi. Actually, it started with Ghana 1-0. So he has scored at home. He has scored. We have scored 4 goals and only conceded. When was the last time Harambee had scored 3 goals in 1 match? I think it is Burkina Faso in the 90s.
Actually, in African Cup of Nations.
When they scored in the last goal,
is it? Burkina Faso scored 3-0 actually. Anyway, Nyambura, now we talk about Victor Wanyama, because he was an instrumental figure in that match. But critics, in Neri, critics just came in. Oh, Wanyama wasn't in his own element. What do you think?
It's a tricky subject.
Yes, he's our key player with pass, but you see, you have to be
our captain.
Yeah, our captain, but he was kind of sluggish.
Him not even getting regular start at Tottenham raises so much eyebrows, and it really shows that he's not getting much time. And it means that there's something off, like maybe he's not fit. Maybe he's a little bit tired, as in, I don't know how to explain that.
Does he need to change leagues? Because now I feel like he's not only English.
He's not getting much time and play time, and there's nothing bad for a footballer just sitting on the bench.
But to be honest, the Lion of Mudhuru, ni kunyeshewa tu.
But atanyeshewa for how long?
No, you see, he's been out for quite a while. Last season, but one he played 36, actually 37 out of the 38 matches in the league. Played 6 FA Cups and played in the Champions League. Last season, he played 26 games and 7 substitutes. That's 33. And then, towards the end of the season, he got injured. The injury, the medic said it doesn't require surgery, and it's a knee injury, one of the knees. I think it was more of a tendon issue rather than a ligament. So they managed the injury. He came back, he was rushed back, he got injured again, then stayed out for like 2-3 months.
3 months.
And then at times it becomes an issue because
and I think in 2 months he's only started one
game, the Arsenal one, of which I think rings ran around him for too long because he didn't have anyone to assist him in that midfield. And to be honest, he's just suffering from fatigue. He needs to rest.
Just fatigue.
And let me assure you, he's the kind of player who was signed to Southampton from Celtic. For the minutes, for the kilometers he was running per game. He was covering about an average of 8 to 13 kilometers per game, which is very good for midfielder. And he doesn't have too many touches on the ball. He doesn't dribble. He keeps the game moving, which I feel we'll need in the AFCON.
So in the AFCON, finally, before we wind this up, do you feel like maybe we'll hit the quarters, maybe just be a favorite?
That will be too early to say.
Too early to say. But when you look at the teams that have qualified, and you see right now our pedigree is kind of, we are scary, by the way. Olunga wasn't even around in this match. We are very scary. But do you think maybe up quarters, Kasemi?
Kananukia, but you can't really say. Wacha tuone venye itakuwa.
I think I'll talk as a coach. I won't be too excited as a fan. To be honest, for championships, you prepare for game by game. You get the teams you have to play, then one game at a time. Game moja as we move minute by minute. You manage player by player, minute by minute, just to see that you do well in the tournament.
Thank you very much, Nyambura and Commander, for coming on Nesmas. Thank you so much. Sports finale starting soon. Let's prepare. And of course, we want to take over, kind of disrupt the situation on Saturdays. So guys, brace for impact. Very soon, sports finale will be starting on Saturdays from 2 to 3 p.m. for 1 hour first. And then, as you know very well, this has to be pushed for at least 1.5 hours. My name is Nick Mudimba. Have yourself a brilliant morning. We wish Harambee Stars all the best. They qualified after a long time. Sebastian Victor Wanyama will just come back strongly, as Onesmus has said. Have yourself a beautiful, beautiful day. And of course, Joyce Somondi Wahiga will be coming up next with Full Circle.